Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Just wanted to come and give you a quick update on something new that we are currently doing with FundMyComic over here. We have a couple things that are going on, but I have one today. We're just showing off a new thing that we've implemented where you can actually shorten your URLs. So prior to, sorry about that. Prior to today, you were not able to do that. Well, actually, that's a lie. You were able to do it for the last week or about a week. Hardly anyone has ever done it. We wanted to kind of let it kind of be a soft rollout. So if someone found it, used it, we could manage it if there was a problem. We did find one tiny hiccup with it, and we were able to fix that. So we've been able to troubleshoot if there's a problem with it or not. But you are able now to go to your campaign and adjust the URL. Let me just show this one. This is a campaign that is actually going to be launching on Thursday night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. The site is also now in Eastern time zone, just in case you were unaware of that. So it is in Eastern time zone now. The majority of our users are setting up their times for Eastern and not Pacific, so it was making things a little difficult for them while they were in the process of trying to figure out when their launches were, and they were getting the wrong times put in, and it was confusing people. So we just had the internal site clock skipped up to Eastern time zone. So if you're editing a campaign, you'll notice here under the basic section, there are going to be some things here that you'll see that I have access to that not everyone does, but you will see this right away. So it's going to say custom path optional. In here, you can type in your own custom URL. So we have team up number one. Team up number one is, or team up one is what I changed this campaign title to, so that the URL is going to be very easy to type in. So you can shorten that down. We have had one problem where it created a 404 for someone. And I think that's because of the punctuation that was being used in it. It doesn't seem to like punctuation. It also doesn't seem to like special characters. It's kind of hit or miss. I'm not sure why, and even our kind of site architect doesn't understand why. Sometimes it'll give it a problem and sometimes it won't. But we did find that, so when you're typing in your URL, if you do happen to get a what we call a 404, where it doesn't come through and your link's not working, the easy way to do that is just to type in campaign with a slash in front of it, and it will resolve the issue. And you save that; that'll resolve the issue. Sometimes, so the way our site works, you've got FundMyComic, and then there's all these other like subcategories, and the campaigns are under the campaign category. So sometimes, when you change that URL, it's supposed to see that, find it right away. But if for some reason it is having trouble with that and creates a 404, just typing the word campaign in front of it will fix that if you don't want to change the shortened version. If you're okay with playing around with a shortened version, you can do that a few times. And the best way to see if it works is to click save. Go down here to save. And when you save, you'll notice this little thing at the bottom where it says your changes have been saved. So that's the little notifier to let you know if things have been saved or not. And then what I suggest you do is go over to preview, and you're going to notice here's your direct URL of this project. Just click on that. And if it worked, you'll see your campaign. If it doesn't, you'll see a 404 page. Now, we do have a new 404 message that says the campaign is currently being edited or awaiting approval. So we wanted to make sure that we have that updated. We did update it before, but there was kind of a weird reset that caused things to kind of disappear. And so we had to redo a couple of things. But we got that taken care of, and it is done. So we now have the shortened URLs. We are also working on something I think is pretty cool. But our hope is in this section is to also create a pre-campaign redirect. So before this, I want to put it down here. So before this time hits for your launch, it'll actually redirect. You can type in a URL to actually redirect to a landing page of some sort. And we're still debating on whether we want to make those landing pages internal, give users an access to it so that you can create, a mailing list. But then that would, we have to create a system for gathering emails in that process then and saving them. And so that kind of creates a whole other thing that we have to build. So we're trying to figure that out. Where we want to do a pre-campaign redirect is pretty simple. So it's just setting up that timer and the ability to put that in there. So that's one of the things we're currently working on debating. But what's being implemented right now, and I'm going to show you just a hint of what it will be, is when you're building your rewards, you're going to notice you've got all of your individual reward numbers here. There's going to be a drop-down field where you can select the sort priority. So let's say, right now it's reward 3 is here. Let's say you want reward number 3 to show up first, and you just will select it in the field that you want that to be the first reward that shows up on the front end. So you'll be able to do this not just for one reward to feature it. You'll be able to do this for multiple rewards. So you'll be able to put them in the order that you want to. That is currently about 30% finished, and it's an 18-hour build, 18 to 20-hour build. And so we expect to have that done by next week sometime, if not the week after. So hopefully we'll be able to get that to you very soon, and you'll be able to start utilizing that. The next upgrades that we're going to be doing are going to be mostly back-end stuff to make fulfillment easier. Some of the things that we are going to work on is when you go into your campaigns in this fulfillment center back here, you can go to the transactions. And I keep wanting to I have to do this one to show this off. A couple of things. We've already added the locked and the fulfilled and the open. Sorry about that again. For all of these. But then we're going to add an advanced sort feature where you can sort by the reward. You can sort by the country of origin, and you can sort by locked or fulfilled or open. And you can also sort by whether the transaction was successful or not. So we have 4 different sort options there so that you can have a better option. So you can sift through this stuff a little easier. We've already added to where if you are doing fulfillment for digital and you can't see these emails addresses, all you have to do is click on it. When you click on it, automatically copies it to your clipboard, so you can easily put that and paste it somewhere else. So we've already added that feature. We added that a while ago. I think it kind of got lost in the busyness and craziness of that time period. We had a lot of big campaigns that were running around at the time, and so that was already kind of implemented. So that's an easy way to do that is simply just click on that, and so that will take care of that. Easily copy it. The other thing we're going to add is direct messaging to the user, the backer, through this section right here. We currently can't do that, but we'll have an internal messaging where you can just quickly write a message to them and email them. They'll be notified. And we're also going to implement a new feature after that where you can create it. We don't know if it's going to be after or before, but where you can create a note on this line. So let's say for this test book right here, you wanted to say add a sticker, you'll be able to add note to it. So we're doing a lot of kind of fulfillment things in the back end over the course of the next several months. But currently, the big one that we're working on is, let me get back to it. Currently, the big one that we're working on is the reward sort order. So pretty excited about that. Again, that's not anything anyone else is doing right now. So giving you the ability to really put those rewards in the order that you want. Now that would really look is when you're looking through this. Right now it goes by numeric, so the smallest first, and then it goes by alphabetical. So if you have multiple, well, actually no, it's not alphabetical anymore. It goes by the order it was created. So this one was created first at $10. This one was created second at $10, and so on and so forth. But it puts them in numeric order instead of uh, the order that you really want them. So what we're going to do is you're going to be able to just stick these in the order that you want them. So I would obviously want this big reward that we're doing here, the $75 bundle, the team up bundle, where you get all three of the books that we're offering, plus the metal print, the stickers, and the button. We'll move that. You'll be able to move that up there, and then say to do the $10, and so on and so forth. So you can move them in the order that you want them, and that's how we're going to be doing that. Again, it's Wednesday, so not sure how much work will get done before the end of the week, but it's very likely that in the next week or two, we're going to be making that live for everyone. And if you currently have a campaign that is running, it won't affect you at all. Okay. I do apologize about all the activity today. We've got family in, so it won't affect it. You will be able to easily go back and retroactively use this. So, for instance, on my campaigns that I already have running, this one will be one of them. I'll just be able to go to the reward section under the edit dashboard, and then put in the new order that I want them. And again, we're not exactly sure how the UI is going to look on this yet. Ryan is working on that, and so we'll know for certain once the whole thing gets built. But we're in the process of making that happen. So it will be a simple drop-down menu for you to choose what order you want it to be in. So that is what's happening there. But right now, it is tested. It's working. We have the custom path, so you can shorten up URL. So it could be, this one's simple, fundmycomic.com/teamup1, and that will take you directly to this new campaign that we've got running. It's in sign up right now. And again, we are working on a pre-campaign redirect, which will allow you to create a redirect for the custom URL that you're using for your shortened URL. That before the campaign launches, it will take it to like a landing page or like a MailChimp sign up page or something like that. So right now, currently, how we're managing signups is just we're encouraging people to embed the form like this. And we understand that some people are having a little bit of trouble with that. And so we're going to try to make that as easy and seamless as possible for people. And so I think the next step, the next iteration will be that custom redirect for the pre-campaign. I think, again, we're looking at, can we do that internally and keep people on the site? Or, yeah, there's a few things that we're considering with that right now. But I think that we're going to wind up just using a regular redirect, so you can create a landing page on your mail service, and then that will take you, when you type in like fundmycomic.com/mycampaign, it will take you directly to your landing page so that you can gather signups there until we build the internal mail service. So I don't know if people are aware of this or not, but there's a lot of things that when a user requests something that it requires, it might seem like a simple thing, but it requires a whole lot of extra things in order for that to happen. Like, one of the things that users are wanting is the ability to bookmark or to save campaigns and to be reminded of them. So we have to create a whole bookmark system, like what would be on a browser. So we have to create write a whole new program just for that, and then create another program for the automated messages. and then we have to create the automated messages. So it's like 3 things that have to happen in order for that to take place, and they're huge undertakings. So something like that could take up to 80 hours of development time, which is, you figure there's 40 hours in a week, so it's like 2 full weeks of development, and that oftentimes goes over. I've never had it go under, but it's always gone over. So we have to kind of create those things. So each one of those things we add into the system, it creates those kind of workarounds, those kind of hurdles that we have to deal with. So we are looking forward to bringing those things in, but it does take some time, and we do prioritize things. We look at what people have asked for more, and what is going to be more beneficial for the users and for the creators that are doing fulfillment, things like that. So there's a lot of those things that we take into consideration. So before we add the ability to save campaigns, we may go ahead and work on the sort order of things on the front end during Explore, to allow people to be able to search for different criteria, like days ending, storefront versus timed campaigns, and things like that. Because the more that we kind of walk away from the core code that was presented to us, the more our specific needs begin to change. And the things that are very specific to FundMyComic start to look a little different. And that's what we're running into right now. There's a lot that we're finding that we need that's not really what we thought we were going to need. Like we're adapting, we're growing into those things. And so some things are taking priority. One of the things that we're very excited about working on, but it is a huge build, is we want to eventually move all fulfillment and all rewards to an item-based inventory. So there will be a new tab up here that says items, and you will put in individual items, and those items can have a weight associated with them. So if you know that your book weighs, 12 ounces, then you can put in 12 ounces for that. And so we will have all of the items put in first. So the first build we have to do is items. And with the items, we're going to go ahead and work in the weight. So initially, the weight will do nothing except for let you know what item was sold. You can have the goal is to have a separate spreadsheet for the items that has the weight there. So if you're pulling up that spreadsheet, you can quickly sum up what the total weight of things is going to be that's going to go in a single package or whatever. But we want to have the items added with it. So we want to do item-based inventory. And then what we're going to do is work that into shipping so that our shipping can be based on weight and not just some generalized number, but we'll allow people to do a generalized number and or weight. So you'll be able to choose how you want to do your shipping, which creates, we have to figure out the UI for that, the coding for that and everything. So we don't expect that to happen in the immediate future. We're looking at late next year, I think is a safe bet for if things continue to progress the way they are and you continue to rally around the site the way that you have. So if you keep going out there and chilling the website and the community around it and supporting things and launching your campaigns here, then we will be able to grow into it and really make a serious leap forward in a lot of the progress of the builds that we're doing, because it really does require all of your help to do that. With every tip that we get, all of that goes into helping fill up that reserve so that we can make these upgrades. And the faster that fills up, the more upgrades we can do at a time. And we will obviously chip away at those that are really important, or if there's one that doesn't take much, that's a little basically cheaper as far as time goes, then we may go ahead and take care of one of those. That's kind of how we're doing things. So here's a good question from Dave. Dave says, will the items inventory be required? Often creators won't know the weight of items yet. when they still need to be produced. No, it will not be required. That's why I said we're going to have an option to where if you're putting in items and you just want to know what items you have, you can do that. That will help you with your own inventory. The weight aspect of it is going to be there, but it's not going to be used right away. And so the inventory, you don't even have to use the inventory if you don't want to, but it will be useful for people that do. And we're going to work out some way. And again, we're not quite sure how we want that to look here on the URL, on this user interface. I think one of the things we're going to have to do is add in where we can collapse these rewards, because right now these reward blocks are big, and I think they're going to get bigger the more we keep adding in there. So I think one of the next things I'm gonna have to work on is just the ability to collapse these down and expand them. But what we want to be able to do is, when you're setting the shipping, is be able to somehow do this where you currently can just set the base cost, or where you can do it based on inventory, like the item shipping, the weight. So I don't know how we're going to do it yet. Again, it's one of those things we're working. We know it's planned. We know we're going to do it. But we have plenty of time to do that. That is just currently going what we're doing with that. That is where we're going. And again, we want this to function as much like an e-commerce site as possible. We understand that like an e-commerce site for your own uses has so much more flexibility and so many more uses than just crowdfunding. And we do have the ability to have the storefronts up, and we want it to where this can function as kind of your Shopify or your Etsy if you need it to, because it's a great place to shop. I mean, if you're looking, for comics here, there's all kinds here already. Let me update this. It's not refresh for a minute. I mean, you see all these great books that are available right here. This is a great place to go shop, and you know that the creators are getting more of their own money, and you know that nobody's dealing with any BS. Like we're not putting up with that here. And so it's a great place to put your stuff up there to allow people to be able to take a look at it, and even find a few extra backers that maybe you don't currently have. And it's an audience. We get plenty of traffic here, so we're pretty excited about that. And the traffic's only growing, and the more people come in, especially with the new promotion of launch for your first 30 exclusively on FundMyComic, and then you can launch anywhere else after that. But if you do that, then we're going to give you a 2% platform fee rather than a 3% platform fee, which we're trying to spread the word about that. And I'm probably going to do more videos just to that nature very soon. All right. So that's really all I have for you. If there's any more questions, please let me know. But we are working on those things. Very exciting that you can now, and we've had the tools for a while, but we just wanted to make sure that we were able to test things and not run into any issues. Will FMC eventually offer fulfillment services? We kind of currently do with Critical Blast. We're partnered up with them. So if you, like, for instance, Critical Blast is doing fulfillment for this campaign. And that's where we put in the details down here. Their logo, Critical Blast Logistics, and shipped with Gemini. So RJ is going to be doing all this fulfillment. And he actually has access as an admin to go into your campaigns that you create. If you want him to, he can go in and set these shipping charges to be more accurate, to be what he wants. So for instance, I had worldwide so he went in here and he fixed this for me, because I just put in basic numbers and he put those in. And then I will just ship everything for this campaign. Will go to RJ and he will handle the fulfillment. I don't think that we want to take that on ourselves because it's not as I mean, why reinvent the wheel when you've got RJ that's doing a fine job in employing people to do that right now? All right, so you have another question. Fulfillment is the part that freaks me out. What about printing? Yeah. So RJ can handle fulfillment. If you need help with getting things printed and ordered, we can also offer that service to you right now currently. It's not really done through FundMyComic. It's done through Luke Stone Studios, or it's done through RJ. I think RJ can help with some of those things as well. We have a lot of ways to do that, but we're also working on an affiliates page where you can go through and find a list of printers with links that we've used and that we like. I am currently trying to work with those different companies to offer backlinks so that we can kind of help each other out a little bit. But no, we can also get you in the right direction for printing as well. And really, anytime you have any one of those questions, you can literally just ask me. Pop in one of these chats and say, "Hey, where can I get my book printed?" And we can give you a list of good places based on what it is that you're wanting to get done. Somebody wanted a die cut cover, where there's images on the inside. The front covers has something cut out in the artwork, and so it lays over or whatever. And I said, well, the only place I know that does that is readycomics.com. And so I know that they do a great job. I use them for a lot of my special stuff. In fact, all of the chromium covers that I get have been coming through them. They also do my metal covers, which metal covers are very cool. And so probably one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. And so we will be offering, I've got a really cool idea for this campaign. But yeah, we can help you with that. My ADHD kicked in and I just started rambling. Sorry. I do apologize. But again, I just wanted to come and show you that we were able to do that new thing. Kind of new. I mean, it's been available. We've had it live, but no one's really used it. But you can change your URL, make it shorter, make it custom for yourself. So it's custom path. So fundmycomic.com/your campaign's name. All right. If there's no other questions, I think I'm going to go ahead and slide on out of here. I still got some work to do today, and it's 4:00. I have plenty of stuff to draw and write and do all that good stuff. Please don't forget to go sign up for any of the projects that you see on FundMyComic. Go check them out. Support it. Let people know to go over there and check out all of the amazing campaigns that we have going. Right now, we have Florida Man. Florida Man launched on 3 different sites, I believe, all at once. And so for that, he's still got 45 backers here, $2,600. You have the ability to catch up with your Florida Man madness there. The Mythicals is running right now. It's exclusively over here on FundMyComic. You need to check that out. He's raised $4,191 with 88 backers in just 24 days. That's really impressive. I think if you make at least half of what you made from your first campaign on a number 2, so number 1s normally sell better, but on number 2, I think that's a great day. I think it's going to be very successful, and he's on track to do close to what he did before. I think he can easily get 8,000, 9,000, which is a super huge win for second book of someone so new into the thing. We're almost at $24,000 with Fiendish Chapter 2.5. That's pretty amazing. Omega Mission still trucking along, trying their best to get there. Go about Don Edwards, $455. He could use some more. Bloodbone is also in need of a little more support, 64% funded. And we believe that you guys can get out there, get behind it. Cyclopean, number 6, Great Cyclopean number 6 only has 2 days left. They have beat their goal and then some, but they have only raised $1,000. I think we can do a little bit better than that. And that's it for me. That's it for me, guys. So we will see you we will see you soon. All right, that's good for you. Have a good day. Remember, leave the wood pile on you find it, and go do something good for somebody today. I'm gonna play us out with the bumper they didn't play when I started.